sun is shining, it's a beautiful summer day, and I'm driving a BMW sedan with an M badge on the back. Could things get any better? Well, I'll tell you in a little bit how they could actually be a little bit better. But let's start with the basics. This is the 2019 BMW M340i xDrive. And that very long name tells you that this is the sportiest 3 Series you can buy that's not the proper M3. The M340i has 382 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque from its 3-liter twin-turbo straight 6. Where does it fit into the overall hierarchy? Well, the most affordable 3 Series you can buy starts in at about $49,000. This one starts at about $63,000 and change, and the real deal M3, that'll set you back a cool $77,000. So you can see the M340i is a nice bridge between the base 3 Series and the full fat M3. So what do you get from this non-real MM? Well, you get some really cool things. You get adaptive dampers, you get the same front brakes as you do in the Toyota Supra. You also get attractive bodywork, a cool little tri-star grille thing going on. Now our tester is fully loaded with a ton of options. We have fancy caramel leather seats, we have a leather dashboard, we have a full suite of safety systems. This thing has over $10,000 in options, most of which I could honestly do without. I will say that the 360 view camera when parking is a great asset. Visibility out of the car is good, not excellent, and the 360 camera gives you that extra dose of confidence in city parking. The seats I also find extremely comfortable. They're adjustable in pretty much any dimension. I love the way they look and I love the way they feel. Top marks for seats. So the other cool thing is that all M340i's are all-wheel drive. And that means when you put it in Sport and Sport Plus mode, it's going to automatically send a higher percentage of power to the rear wheels to give you that rear drive sports sedan feeling. The steering, it's good, not excellent. Of course, it has a pair of drive shafts connected to it. It's never going to feel like a Miata, but it is really good for a 2019 steering system. The materials they use in the interior are really good, top-notch. I even like the wood, even though it's not real, but I like the way it looks. The climate system is one of my pet peeves. It's controlled by this tiny little row of silver switches here in the center of the dash, which itself isn't a problem, but you need to go deep into the touchscreen to control basic functions like toggling on or off the air conditioning. It's just needlessly complicated, and honestly, it deserves its own screen and maybe a bit larger one at that. My gripes also include the BMW iDrive infotainment system. It's not very intuitive, it's fairly complicated, and I always had trouble pairing and disconnecting my phone from it. Maybe I'm just an idiot and it's just me, but I found it pretty difficult compared to other systems I've been using recently. Outside, the styling doesn't take a whole lot of risk. It does have that big BMW grille, but it's not a car that's going to make people stop in their tracks and say, wow. So even though this is not a full-fat M3, make no mistake, this thing is fast. This thing will do 0 to 60 in 4.3 seconds. It is a rocket ship all the way to its 155-mile-per-hour limited top speed. There's always tons of torque available from that big turbo 6, and it's just a lot of fun to shift it through the paddles on its 8-speed automatic gearbox. It's a really rewarding car to hustle. It really feels like you have two BMW M340i's when you own this, because on the one side, there's the comfortable, sensible daily driver. It has a comfort mode. It's quiet. The suspension is soft and compliant. All 3 of those rear seats fold down in any combination you like. You can pass skis through the middle, or you can even load furniture and fold all 3 down. It's very practical. And then there's the M side of things. You can press the sport mode, the exhaust gets louder, the suspension gets tighter. It feels like a sports car. It really is like owning 2 cars in one. It encourages you to be a bit of a hooligan, but not as much as maybe a Miata would with its puppy-like joy. I don't know if you could take this car to a track day, but it sure makes you feel like it could. And essentially that's where your money is being spent. A car that feels like an M3 on a twisty back road, but can also be used as a normal car on a regular basis. That is where your money is really going. For Driving.ca, I'm Clayton DeSeams.